Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners, and hi to any newbies. It is so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So I haven't done a Saturday video for a little while, and I thought, why not? Because I have stumbled across a project that I am really excited to get started on, and I thought I would share it with you all. I have not yet started. I am not sure when I am going to get to start, but it is a future project that will be featuring on this channel at some point. So it was one of my 24 goals for 2024 to revisit Mosaic and do some more Mosaic, because I haven't done tons and tons. I've only done little bits here and there. And when I made the Mosaic projects that I did way before I had a channel, I mean, there's been some Mosaic tiles in Tile of the Week, but I don't think that really counts. When I did those back in the day before my channel, I really enjoyed it. So I thought, you know what? Yeah, I have a million Mosaic patterns upstairs in my binders, but I stumbled across this new pattern release, which is actually a cowl, and I just couldn't resist, guys. It is gorgeous, and I already have a recipient in mind to receive it, because it is another blanket. I have quite a few blankets. Now, it took me ages to make a decision on what yarns to use, because even though I have a lot of yarn, I don't actually have a lot of the same yarn. So I don't have bigger quantities of some of the yarn. So what I originally wanted to do, everything that I was pulling out, it just wasn't working. I didn't have enough yardage. So in the end, I have settled on something, and when I settled on it, I then thought of who I could gift it to. Now, nobody where I work knows that I have a YouTube channel, and you may remember that I was talking about a work colleague of mine, who I gifted a positive potato to. Now, back when I made the positive potato for this new work colleague of mine, we have now upgraded to work besties, I'll have you know. There was some uncertainty as to whether she would have to start working at another prison, and then it ended up that she didn't, and then it ended up that she did, and then recent events has now meant that temporarily she will always be working at another prison, and she's not actually at my prison anymore. And I am absolutely gutted, but we are reassured that it's only temporary, that she will be coming back, and I hope with all my heart that is the case. But I am going to be making this for her. So she's a lovely human being, and I am really enjoying getting to know her and building our friendship and getting close. I'm not even going to say her name, just in case she doesn't want that. She doesn't even know I've got a YouTube channel, so I don't have permission to say her name. But she is a beautiful human being, and I checked with her. I said, this is really random, but go with it. It was over text message. Do you like fairies, toadstools, whimsical, that kind of thing? And she went, I am all over it. I love it. So I knew then that this was the perfect project for her. And eventually, when it does get done, because it will take me several months, when it does get done, I will be able to gift it to her, and she'll be able to snuggle under it, probably around winter time, so perfect timing, and she'll always feel my warm love and hugs through the blanket. So what blanket am I talking about? I am talking about fairy dust. There it is, guys. Let me see if my camera will focus on the pictures. Now, this designer has brought out yarn packs. So there's the Pixie colourway, the Elf colourway, the Sprite colourway, and the Nymph colourway, which is a limited edition. And there is the design. There are some toadstools at the bottom. There are some flowers. There are two gorgeous fairies. with more flowers, and then there are gorgeous butterflies at the top as well. But I have not bought any of these yarn colour packs because I want to use up some of what I already have. Now, not all of the yarn I've selected will be able to count for stash down. Whenever this blanket is done, I will only count the skeins that actually came from my stash prior to 2024. However, there will be a lot of yarn contained in this blanket that was not part of my stash before 2024. In fact, it was a yarn haul right at the beginning of this year. Now, because it is a crochet along, I am not pressuring myself to keep up with the crochet along and to do it as a crochet along. I am just getting the parts of the pattern as they're released, keeping them all together, and I will work through them at my own pace in my own time. You can already purchase the pattern, the complete pattern, but it's more expensive than if you buy the cowl version. This is by Rosina Crochets. It's in association with Stylecraft, which is a UK brand of yarn. She is the designer known as Rosina Plain, but on Ravelry she is Rosina Crochets, and on Etsy it's, if you just type in Rosina Plain, you will be able to find the fairy dust cowl. It is a paid for pattern, so do be mindful of that. I will leave the Ravelry link below, which will give you the pattern in parts, and I will leave the Etsy link down below where you can buy the complete pattern all in one go. Because I was in no rush to get started and I didn't want to keep up with the crochet along, I'm just waiting for the segments to come out when they do. There's no, and it's cheaper than buying the complete pattern, let's just be real, okay? So the first part of this crochet along is the fallen leaves and the mushroom houses. So that is the very bottom of the blanket, what it will look like, and that will be the first part that I start hooking when I eventually make a start on it. Now I am going to do it like this, in the fact that my main colour will be the white and the pattern itself will be the colours that I have selected. So, would you like to see the yarn I have selected for this gorgeous, gorgeous mosaic pattern? I'm so excited, I can't even tell you. Now, I, like I said, have chosen white as my main colour. All of the white will be included in my stash down statistics, but all of the colours will not be. Okay, so let me just pull out everything from this bag. Okay, so let me go through the white. I have 6 of these. These are the Hobie kind feather. It is not enough to do the whole blanket with what I've got, but it's okay, I've got more white. This is 100% premium acrylic anti-pilling. 100 grams, which is 3.5 ounces, 235 meters, which is 257 yards. It is a DK or lightweight 3. 4mm knitting needles, 4.5mm hook. Wash up to 30 degrees. Do not bleach. Iron on low. Dry clean using P. Do not tumble. Lay flat to dry. This is colour number 1. Made in Turkey, and it is white, guys. So because I've got 6 of these were gifted to me by my Yarny Fairy Godmother, thank you so very much. I am going to use 3 at the bottom of the blanket until they run out. I'm then going to see how far that got me. Then I am going to jump to this giant ball from my stash to do the mid section. And then the top of the blanket, I am going to use the other 3 of the kind feather. So the top and the bottom are made with the same yarn. And the middle is going to be made out of this jumbo ball. Now this I got from an LYS last year. It is baby double knitting machine washable, 100% acrylic. It says machine washable again. Wash up to 40 degrees Celsius on a synthetic cycle. Cool iron. Do not chlorine bleach. Do not tumble dry. Dry flat. Again, it is a DK or a lightweight 3. It did not tell me anything else other than it's a 400-gram skein. It is bigger than my head, but I have used some of this already. It's not a full ball. It's a James C. Brett yarn. The shade is 4BB4. And when I googled it, I found that it has 1,160 meters or 1,268 yards, which I wrote on there in my own writing. But yes, I want the top and the bottom to match with the kind feather, and then I'll use this to fill out the white bits in the middle. So that is my main colour. And whatever I use of these totals will go into my stash down. Yep. Okay. So that is the main colour. Oh, there we are. And then, like I said, part 1 is the fallen leaves and the mushroom house. Remind you of that one. Now, toadstools are normally reds and oranges and all of those autumnal colours. So I went digging around and I thought, you know what? I am going to use the brand new yarn that I got from the Wool Warehouse earlier this year. And that is because sometimes we just have to use the bougie. Sometimes we have to use yarn that we want to use, and because this is going to a special person, I don't mind using my bougie yarns in a project for her. So for the toadstools and the fallen leaves, I have chosen to use this yarn here, and it's all of the autumnal colours. It is the Yarn Smith's Pebble Haze Prints. Like I said, I got it from the Wool Warehouse. It is a DK weight yarn. They are 150 gram cakes or 5.25 ounces, 435 meters or 476 yards, 67% cotton and 33% acrylic, knits to most DK patterns, cool wash up to 30 degrees, cool iron, cool tumble dry, do not bleach. You may dry clean using P. They recommend 4mm knitting needles and hooks. This is the shade 2D070. And what else? What else? It doesn't tell me where it's made, I don't think. No, it doesn't. Okay, but there we go. That is going to be the colours for the fallen leaves and the toadstools. So I will use however much it takes. I have 2 cakes. I have more than enough. So that will be the toadstool colour. And then for the fairies, let me go back to the original bit. So like I said, the orangey colour is going to be the toadstools down here, guys, when my camera wants to focus. There we go. And then for these fairies, the fairy section, I am going to use the pastel-y rainbow one because magic, fairies, Manfa loves rainbows. It's very Manfa. It is gorgeous. So yes, for the fairy section, I am going to be using what I need from this one. This one is shade 2D100. They do have colour names, guys, but you're going to have to look either on the Yarn Smith's website or Wool Warehouse to see the names. So for the fairy section, we're going for a pastel-y rainbow vibe. And then for the butterflies at the top, I'm going to see if I can show you this and grab the colour from the project bag. It's another one of the Yarn Smith cakes, but it is the tealy blues and the lilacs. for the butterfly section. Now, I don't know until I get there. Let me show you this again. So the orangey colour for the toadstools, this stripe of flowers and this stripe of flowers might serve as a pattern break between the segments. So I might pull another colour of the Yarnsmith to do that line of flowers and that line of flowers, just to give it a bit of cohesion. And then thinking about it, whatever colour I use for that line of flowers and that line of flowers, I might do the border in. Does that sound like a plan? Does that sound like an idea? What do you reckon? I think I've just talked myself into it. So I need another colour for that line and the border. So the Yarnsmith cakes are actually over here. So I need to pick a colour that will combine those two together. And the flowers, one band it will be white flowers and the other band it will be the colour itself. So I'm probably thinking that I like the greeny one to break it up and border it, and then it'll be like a leafy green fairy glen magical all unified gorgeous project. What do we think? Do you like that idea? Shall I pull it out of the shelf? Shall we have a look? Let's look at it together, guys, okay? I'm still here, I'm just, you know, moving over. So there's that one. And I'm just going to try and find the second of it in and behind. See, now you know my secrets, guys. Now you know that what you see on the front isn't everything that's in the cube. Is it that one? Yes. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So where's the 10th colour gone? 1, 2, 3. That's 4 different colours, but I had 10 colours on it. Oh, good heavens. Probably going to have to go digging for that later. Or is it this one? Might be this one. Yeah. There. I've fixed my wall and I've pulled out the colour. So here we go. Yeah. So what about this? Like I said, separate the 3 pattern segments and to border if I've got enough. Because it is greens and browns and foresty colours. My camera is not doing it any justice. It's looking really kind of washed out and a bit meh. But in real life, it is a nice foresty colourway, in my opinion. I think that might be beautiful. So it will be the toadstools and the fallen leaves. And then it will be a line of the flowers to separate. And then it will be the fairies. I don't know how I'm going to do this. And then it'll be the fairies. Ooh. And then it will be another line of this one. And it will be the butterflies. What are we thinking, guys? Do we like it? I think it's going to be lush. And all of that obviously mixed with the white as the main colour as well. I think that might be rather beautiful. So yes, all of these that I use will not count, but all of the white I use will. So thank you very much. You helped me make my decision on this really exciting project. Like I said, when I eventually get it on my hooks, which I'm hoping will be soon, I'm going to do the beautiful little fairy toadstools with the little window and the door, and those fallen leaves at the bottom. That's the first part, and then the second part, I don't know, we'll have to do it part by part. But every time the next bit of the cowl is released, I get an email to be able to download the next part as well. So what I'm going to do, guys, is down in the description box, I am going to give you the Ravelry link, the Etsy link, and then you will be able to check it out for yourselves. Like I said, it is a paid for pattern worth every penny, in my opinion. There is a Facebook group, the Rosina Plain Facebook group, that you can join if you know you're going to be taking part. It's called Rosina Crochets. Yeah, so I will leave all of Rosina's bits and pieces down in the description box. Be warned that it is a paid pattern. It's not free, but I am super excited. This is going to tick off another of my 24 goals for 24. It is going to let me play and dabble with Mosaic again, which I'm really excited for. And it is going to turn into a beautiful, beautiful project for someone that I am rapidly becoming really close and firm friends with. So there we have it. That is the new exciting project that I will be featuring as and when I get a chance to start it. And it's going to be one of those projects, guys, where I just work on it as and when I can. It's a no stress, no pressure, no time limit, no nothing. Just I fancy working on it, and even if I only get 2 rows done, I only get 2 rows done, and it will be finished when it is finished, and then it will be gifted with so much love when it is done. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your time today. I really, really do appreciate it. Please, please, please remember to leave your thumb on the way out. That really, really does help me. Please also remember that I have a complete playlist on this channel called All in One Place, and every video that I have uploaded since having this channel is on it, other than shorts and lives. Shorts and lives have different places where they're kept, but all of the content otherwise is in the all-in-one place. Now, you don't have to sit and watch it. That is a lot of videos, like over 840, I believe. But even if you could just leave it running in the background, or, you know, overnight when you go to bed, because watch time really does help even after you're monetized, because the more views you get, the more likes you get, the more interaction you get, the better it is for the content creator. So if you can support me in any way, I would really, really appreciate it. But other than that, I'm going to click off. I'm going to tell you to enjoy your wonderful weekend ahead. Stay tuned to see if I'm going to go live tonight or not, because obviously when I'm filming, it's not Saturday. So yeah, keep an eye on the channel to see if I schedule a live. If not, I will be back next week with more content for you. If I do, and you want to come and hang out, please feel free. It will be lovely to see you. Yeah, so thank you for your time. See you soon. Have a wonderful weekend. And until I see you again, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one, or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love you loads.